What is up, everybody? Turboverse here today. The moment that you have all been waiting for. My thoughts on this PlayStation Showcase of 2023. Now, I'm not gonna lie. With this showcase, there was a lot of games I'm looking forward to. But the problem with that is, a lot of these games are going to be on both platforms. When you look at these E3 level showcases of what this is claimed to be, a PlayStation showcase, which we haven't had in 2 years at this point, you want to see big budget games from Sony that you can only get on their platform. It didn't deliver on that front. Like, there's a lot of games I'm looking forward to, but I can play it on my Xbox. It's like, why do I have my PS5 if I can just play the majority of these games on my Xbox? Like I said, there are games I'm looking forward to. A lot of games, like even that, like the game. I don't know what this game is right now. I'm not looking forward to this. This game I have no interest in. I think this is the Plucky Squire. This looks interesting. Like, this looks cool. Like, you can go from 2D to 3D. I think that might be a fun concept. You just play as a storybook. So, I mean, this game was okay. But once again, it's a multi-plat. Because as Sony was streaming this showcase, as soon as they got done with the showcase, Microsoft said, "Hey, what a good-looking group." They showed you all these games that Sony showed at their showcase, which is going to be on Xbox as well. Immortals of Avram, Ghost Runner 2, Marathon. Bungie is making a Marathon reboot. This was a game they made before Halo, so I don't know how good this game is. I just know they just made it before Halo, so they're making a reboot to that. It's going to be on Xbox. The Metal Gear Solid remake. We thought this was gonna be an exclusive to PlayStation, but nope, it's not exclusive. It's gonna be on Xbox as well. So if you're a fan of the Metal Gear Solid series, the remakes or remaster, I don't know if they're doing a remaster or remake, it's gonna be on Xbox as well. Capcom announced Dragon Dogmas 2, Alan Wake 2. I'm definitely looking forward to Alan Wake 2. That's definitely a game I'm gonna get day one, probably from what they've shown so far. Let me see. Let me go back to the screen real quick. Teardown. This is like a Minecraft looking game. I mean, I'm somewhat interested into it. Like, this is a game I'm probably interested in. I don't care about Minecraft, but this looks pretty cool. Like, you got vehicles, stuff like that. But if you're looking for big budget games, Sony did not deliver, especially for the first party was. There was one game they made that looked kind of like Splatoon. It was like from Square Enix, Foam Stars. That game looks pretty fun, but once again, it was like kind of like the copy of Splatoon, and it did like the PlayStation treatment to it, made like more realistic graphics. But that game looks kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie, but the amount the Sony fanboys hyped this showcase up, you would think this showcase would have been amazing, 10 out of 10. But I can't say it's a 10 out of 10. Definitely didn't deliver. Me personally, if I was unbiased, just watching this showcase, if I didn't cover these news topics, I'd find see what Sony fanboys stated. I probably would give this a 7 out of 10 because there's a lot of games I'm looking forward to on this showcase. But because Sony fanboys talk so much crap about how PlayStation is so much better than Xbox, and how they were hyping up this showcase like it was the best thing ever made, how we had a live stream 2 days in advance, 500 people in a live stream, hyping this live stream up to all heavens. So, because of all these different factors, this showcase is probably like a 3 out of 10, to be honest. Like, really, it's all multi-platform. You can play on every other platform. They're showing you. Just imagine if Xbox did the same thing that Sony just did today. Xbox will be flambéed, ricocheted, rotisseried. It's like, we would not hear the end of it as an Xbox fan. We'd be hearing so much crap on a daily basis about this showcase. But because of Sony, people still going to defend this nonsense. This was not a good showcase for Sony. For 2 years, you're not doing PlayStation Showcase, only doing like the state of plays. This is not what we wanted from this. This is definitely not what we wanted. Final Fantasy 16. Why are they showing this game? It's like we've seen enough of this game. Like, you either sold or you're not. I don't think this. We didn't either see this at the showcase. Like, I think the vast majority of people who are interested in Final Fantasy series are gonna buy this. We don't need to see more of this showcase. That was a big L. Like, why even show this? And same with Street Fighter 6 again. It's like, we get it. I think the people who are gonna buy Street Fighter 6 are gonna buy it. You don't need to show more. Alan Wake 2, definitely a game I'm looking forward to. I'll definitely love the first one, so yeah, I'm gonna buy it day one. So it's not like they didn't show anything I didn't want to buy. It was games I want to see, but once again, at this showcase, you want to see exclusives. There was a few JRPGs. I don't know if this was that Grand Blue game, but this game looks pretty cool. I like JRPGs and anime, so right up my alley right there, but definitely not paying full price for it, though. Another anime-based game. Looks cool to me. I'm trying to see. Like, all they really had for... Oh, and too many PSVR games. I have claimed several times I don't care about VR at all. I don't care about the VR2 thing. They have showed so many VR2 games at this showcase. It's like, why? So this showcase was multi-plats, indies, VR2 games, and then the one big game they had that you look forward to is Spider-Man 2, which that looks phenomenal, but the showcase overall was very disappointing. Not a good showcase, not good whatsoever. Spider-Man 2 was the only saving grace for Sony. This gives me a reason to turn on my PS5 because everything else I can play on my Xbox. So, I mean, they got a great game with this one, but other than that, just like Sony is super dry. You wanted to change or give us a reason besides us knowing Sony, your platform is dry first party content. You didn't really convince me that your platform has more stuff first party wise. You really didn't convince me, Sony. So that's not a good look. All these games I can play on my Xbox. According to this Twitter, like most of these games I was looking forward to, Assassin's Creed Mirage, we already know that's going to be a multi-plat, but everything else is a multi-plat. Even Cat Quest, there's a new Cat Quest game. I love that game. I played the game on Nintendo Switch, the first one, enjoyed it. Cool, chill game. But the sequel is going to be on all platforms. So once again, Sony kind of dropped the ball with that one. They just focus so much on showing multi-plats. Like once again, if Xbox did the same thing, we wouldn't hear the end. We wouldn't hear the end of it as Xbox. It'd be so much doom and gloom. It's like, what is Xbox doing showing all these third-party multi-plats? So yeah, Xbox doesn't really have to try too hard to win over Sony. If this is all they're bringing. So much so that we even had Sony fanboys not happy about this. At least some of these guys didn't defend this nonsense and they're just being truthful about how they feel. So this is one notorious Sony fanboy who we covered on the channel a few times before. He says, we have waited 18 months, and what do we get? CGI for BS Games as a Service game, a trailer for a movie. Oh yeah, they did show a trailer for Gran Turismo movie. Like, who the hell wants to see that? That is so weird. They showed a trailer for a movie. The 16th trailer for Final Fantasy and multi-plats after multi-plats after multi-plats. And the useless remote play on the portable thing is actually real. LMAO. Warm garbage. Then he made a follow-up tweet saying, the worst showcase in the history of PlayStation. Could have just given me the trailer for Spider-Man 2 and saved me an hour of my life. Guess we'll see the first part another 18 months from now. 2 out of 10. So this guy was not happy with the showcase he received. And as much as these guys were hyping it up, saying they're going to see Factions 2, they're going to see... we didn't even see Stellar Blade either. Where's that game at? I thought that game was releasing this year. I guess it's not releasing this year. So that might be pushed next year. The Stellar Blade game. We haven't seen anything about that. We didn't see Wolverine, which I didn't think... I think I was going to at least thought we was going to see like a CGI trailer for Wolverine. They didn't even do that. They didn't show anything. No Factions 2. Like, what first-party games are coming out for PlayStation? This is looking spooky. Where's the first-party content at? That's not like, this is crazy. This is some crazy stuff. But, you know, they get the sales, though. They're the market leader. They sell all these consoles, but they're dry on these first-party games, which their fan base clamors about so much. So this is not a good look, in my opinion. We had another Sony fanboy before the event. He was hyping the showcase up, saying, PlayStation Nation, be sure to temper your expectations. Who the hell am I kidding? Turn up, bees, let's go. Hyping up this showcase in advance, before the showcase even happened, like most of these Sony fanboys were doing. Then, when you get the actual showcase, when he's actually watching a live stream, this is his reaction during the live stream. Like, just looks so disappointed right there. But yeah, check on your local Sony fanboy at this point, because I'm pretty sure he's not the only one disappointed, and this other guy is definitely not the only one disappointed about this showcase. As a diehard Sony fan, this is definitely not what you wanted to see. Multi-plats after multi-plats, not a good look. Focusing on the PSVR, it's like, really, who cares about PSVR? I mean, sure, it's a niche. This is their newest product they're trying to advertise to people, but nobody cares like that, to be honest. The biggest thing you shown was Spider-Man 2. Like the other guy said, you could have just saved us an hour and just show Spider-Man 2. Just saved us an hour and just show Spider-Man 2 at that point. So yeah, I kind of gotta agree. Very disappointing. I probably give the show I wouldn't be as harsh as these guys. Maybe Because there are games I want to play. I'm gonna give it like a 3 or a 4 out of 10. To be honest, it's like I want to see it more higher than that. Higher than that. It's like people waited 2 years for this showcase, and it definitely didn't deliver. We don't want to see anything like this in the future with Sony. It's like we want to see your first party content. What are we playing on your PS5 system? We pay $500 for it. What are we playing? Xbox, you don't gotta try too hard to do better than Sony at this showcase. It's very disappointing from Sony, showing a multitude of multi-plats. Not a good look at all, Sony. Very disappointing. But we even had some journalists trying to damage control this. Let me pull it up real quick. The journalists damage controlling this nonsense. Okay, so we had Games Radar try to damage control this showcase, this terrible showcase. Like like I said before, there are games that you can find interesting in this, but overall, this showcase was not a good look for Sony. If every show this summer looks like that one, I'll be very happy. Even with a few big hitters missing, they had a lot of big hitters missing. What are they talking about? There was very little shown here from Sony's first party. That was very disappointing. Very little content shown for their first party from Sony. The PlayStation showcase was nearly perfect. This guy was delusional. Whoever wrote this was clearly delusional, as obviously a Sony fanboy in disguise here, because really, that was disappointing. Then I said, y'all are getting cooked in the comments, because we read the comments. People are like, what? Just a look of confusion in this guy's face right here. What is this? I don't know.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that show was a 3. Oh, man. That show was a 3.
A 3 out of 10. I gotta agree. That show was not great at all. So I agree with that guy. Did you write this before seeing the show? Probably preemptively giving the showcase a good score. Like, I don't know how you saw this showcase and said this is a great showcase. It was like no first party content from Sony. Like, really? Once again, Xbox would be rotisserie if that's how this showcase went, just showing all multi-plats and no first party content. We wouldn't hear the end of it. As an Xbox gamer, I got to see some brilliant multi-plat games and a trailer for a very average looking film. Once again, why would you show the Sony a trailer for one of your Sony exclusive movies? I was like, why? I mean, your Gran Turismo. Why would you want to see a trailer for that? That doesn't make any sense. Y'all are over Sony. What showcase did you guys watch to say that this is an impressive showcase? You are trying a bit too hard, even by your standards. You shouldn't do drugs. They're saying these guys are doing drugs and say the showcase was good. Jeez. Not likely bootlickers. They don't want that blacklist from Sony. We've seen other sites get that blacklist for criticizing Sony. They don't want that same treatment, so they gotta say it was a great showcase when we all know it's a lot of cap right there. A clown site. If this was an Xbox showcase, you'd be writing 12 articles a minute. Wouldn't they, though? If this was an Xbox showcase that delivered so few first-party content, we wouldn't hear in the Xbox's doomed content articles. We just hear a non-stop flow of Xbox's doomed articles. Damage control. They're definitely damage controlling. I'm sorry, what? Delete it. They just want them to delete this post. You're a clown? Sony won't sleep with you. That was trash. The show was trash, dude. No amount of capping will make that show good. Just stop. Because literally, while I was watching the showcase, it was like, I'm just like wondering, like, where's the first party content at? That's like, where is the major big budget AAA games from Sony? They didn't deliver anything besides Spider-Man 2 at the very end, which that game looks very impressive. But other than that, it looks dry on that PS5 right now. It looks super dry. So I'm like, Xbox, you don't gotta do too much. He said they some D-riders. But Xbox don't gotta do too much. It's like Starfield alone. We already know this is gonna be one big game. They got their own showcase with Starfield. But that alone and 2 other games, this first party you show with gameplay and give us an update on those games. And they already beat Sony so far in my book with that. I was like, they really don't gotta try that hard to do this. I'll do Sony at this point. But yeah, this is not a good look. You got the diehard Sony fans are calling you out as well, saying that you just wasted an hour of my life. This is not a good look. Like, jeez. Well, it'd be better if they just dropped some trailers at their YouTube account, and that would have been it. Such a waste of time. PlayStation fanboys before the event, after the event. Pretty accurate. The amount of CGI trailers pissed me off. Yeah, too much CGI and not enough gameplay. Very accurate. Well, this is awkward. I can bet it is the amount, just the sheer amount they hyped this showcase up, and it's like so disappointing. Like I said before, there are some games we're looking forward to from this showcase, but they're multi-plat. You don't want to see multi-plats at a big one of these big publishers show, these big company showcases like this. Because it's like, why do I have a PS5 at this point? Other than Spider-Man, why do I have that PS5? I don't know. Agreed, awful show, so basically no reason to play my PC instead until Spider-Man 2. No reason to not play my PC until Spider-Man 2, okay. Was pretty bad, yeah. The general consistency of this showcase was just trash. That's the general consistency so far, so I'm gonna go with that. Like I said, a few games I thought that looked pretty cool, but other than that, not enough that I'm like giving this showcase a pass, like the clowns over there at Games Radar are doing by saying, I'm not gonna give it a pass. I'm like saying, hey, even with a few big hitters missing, the vast majority of the big hitters are missing. I don't know what showcase they saw, but apparently we didn't see the same one because these guys are delusional, right? Whoever wrote this piece is just delusional. That showcase was not good. But I'm gonna include it right here. This video went almost for 17 minutes. I didn't know this video was gonna be that long, but there you go. Definitely want to see your thoughts down below about this showcase. What are your thoughts? Did you enjoy the showcase? Do you think it was disappointing? Let me know your thoughts down below. Leave a like this video. And as always, thanks for watching, and peace.